Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jade Empire walkthrough. I am going to do a little bit of, I don't know what I guess I call it. Be just kind of like loose ends, or like things that I missed. I guess that's maybe more accurate, I don't know. I know for sure I missed a book stand in the Scholar's Garden, so we're going to go back and get that. And I'm not really sure what else I really missed in this area. I'm not really sure. I can't actually remember anything off the top of my head. Looks like I'm pretty sure we already took care of
a trial.
Oh, Creative Yukong. So that was one of the side quests that was in this area. Again, I'm pretty sure that we already took care of that, but there's this, there it is. There's the scroll stand back there.
Your defense of our way.
And hopefully I interact with it.
He may not know he is the center of a joke, but that does not decrease my...
So.
The contest is over.
Hopefully I don't have to make like a third or maybe fourth. Yeah, it's right.
You
it's
have
right
completely routed the
to the right, and I'm
commend
going
you
by it again.
You have soundly
But yeah,
defeated
hopefully
the
I don't
outlander
end up
in both
making
wits and
like,
physical
you know, a
prowess.
fourth
Only
trip
one who
or
closely
fifth. I
follows
don't
the
even
ways
know.
of
I'm
sagacious
kind of
Tien could be so strong.
drawn a blank as to how many times we've actually been in this area. It feels like a lot now.
I am honored that you would ask me, though I must.
But
Perhaps I could explain the core principle.
This scholar, I think, or I thought we had already gone through all of his dialogue, but maybe not.
Ah, well, that is a delicate issue.
Excuse me.
As you wish.
Okay, yeah.
With
So
luck,
it does
the
look
winds
like
of
I
heaven will bring us together again one day.
skipped most of his
Farewell.
dialogue at least. Philosopher Zhao. Zhao? But I am not going in the right direction here. It's not looking good.
With the assassins now. I'd be careful if I were you. They can be a nasty group.
Wow, how'd this
They
guy
don't bother us much, but I still wouldn't want to work with
how'd this
them.
guy know that?
Me?
It's like, hey, someone said that you're working with the Lotus Assassins now. You be careful. Okay. Creepy. I'm going in the right direction. Come on, keep going. Keep going. You can do it. Don't fail me now. Excuse me. Jeez. One of those days. One of those days. Well, it looks like I'm just gonna stand around for a little while. That sounds cool, huh? Jeez. I don't think I'm actually gonna cut this because I don't know how long this pause goes on. Alright, I'm gonna cut out a little bit of footage that I don't know what I was doing here. Probably got something to eat or something, and now I'm going the wrong way, so, oh god, why? Yeah, looks like I'm gonna leave now and miss that scroll stand once again. My bad. Okay, so yeah, again, this is at least this, it's either the second or third trip through here, so, you know, unless I turn around immediately and go back, it's not looking good here. It's not looking like I got my stuff together. Having some issues. Now we're gonna pause again. We're just gonna hang out. I guess if there's anywhere to do it, the Scholar's Garden is the place. Cause I'm doing I'm gonna cut this thing. We're moving. We got movement. Yeah, we're leaving. Okay. So, once again, sorry, missed the scroll stand yet again. We'll get it one of these days. I know I get it. It's only a matter of time. Probably do it on the 5th trip here. I don't know. I think one of the things was I know I was looking for. All right, so there's a side quest here. And I know I've mentioned it before, to get the lucky hand gem. And the thing with that is that once you complete the quest, depending on which route you take, basically closed fist or open palm, I think one of the guys will be back there in the Scholar's Garden. And so I think when I was looking up the gem, I was like, oh, okay, it's found in the Scholar's Garden. Okay, so I'll go there. Well, it turns out, you know, you have to complete the quest in order for the guy ends up becoming a vendor. And then you know, so that's the open palm result. The closed fist result, the vendor is actually, it is a vendor still, and he's in this area of the city instead. I forget what is this called? What is this one? The Golden Way? Is that right? I don't know. But you know, so that's where the other vendor's at. If you go closed fist. And here's Incisive Chorus, and we're gonna kind of wrap up his little side quest there.
I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking.
I like though that guy, he says that he doesn't go to watch his own plays because they're too nerve-wracking.
Fantastic! The scholars loved it. One's already asked for a copy of the manuscript.
Though. I mean, I don't know.
Perhaps
it's almost
as
like
many
why
as 3.
I don't know. I get it,
Here,
but like at the same time, why would you not want to see your
have it? Yes,
you know,
that's
your
it.
work?
Enjoy and thank you so much.
I don't know.
Oh, so much to do. So many copies to make. Yes. Ha!
I don't think I could do it. I think I'd have to watch. Because what does he do? He has somebody else watch for him and then kind of like tell him how it went. Like, really? I don't know. I don't think that'd be good enough for me. I think I'd have to be like, no, I want to see this with my own eyes. I don't know. I don't know. Whatevs. Alright, where are we at here? What's going on? Where are we going? I don't even know where I'm going at this point. Oh yeah, that last zone was the Golden Way. I was right. No big deal. No big deal. Alright, here we're gonna start up another little side quest here.
Don't send me in there. I'm scared those things will see me before I can get into the cave. Please don't make me do it.
Warnurk apayir. Warnurk kanir. Ni usota. Wogirika titarir koni of atarir.
No! I will go. Please don't hurt my mother. I'll get the artifact for you. I promise.
Siyir sukut of knewo kup keeps tir sunurk.
How can he speak to her like that? She's just a little girl.
What do you want? You're working for Purveyor Shuji, aren't you? Please don't tell him I haven't gone yet. I'm going now, even though it will probably get me killed. I'm sorry. I'm just a little upset. I'm Jinlin. Is there something you want? Thanks, but I need to find a way to kill spirits. Purveyor Shuji wants me to fetch an artifact from an emperor's tomb in the necropolis, but it's filled with ghosts. The purveyors... He threatened to sell my mom to slave traders if I don't get this artifact. I don't know what to do. I can't fight ghosts. My father worked for Purveyor Shuji until he died. He left last week to retrieve the same artifact for the Purveyor. The ghosts must have killed him. When my father disappeared, he had some of the Purveyor's equipment. Now Purveyor Shuji says we must repay him. My mother works for him, but I don't know where he's taken her, and I have to sneak around ghosts and other beasts to fetch the Purveyor's trinkets and baubles. I only know what Shuji told me, and that's not much. He called it a pestle and mortar. It's a bowl and a mixer, I think. He said it had something to do with a recipe. I don't know if you use it to make something, or if the recipe is in the bowl already. Anyway, The purveyor is very interested in it. I've never seen him so anxious. Really? It would be very dangerous, and I don't have anything to give you in return. Are you sure you want to do this? Thank you. You are very kind. My father would have liked you, I think. He was brave like you are. The tomb is over in the necropolis. The door is locked, but I can sneak inside and open it. I just have to be careful not to alert the ghosts. If you really think you can get rid of the ghosts, I'll head over to the tomb and wait for you there. Great! I'll wait by the steps of the Emperor's tomb. I'm sure you'll find it easily enough. See you soon, I hope.
Okay, so Jinlin, I think it's Jinlin, that's her name. I think so. Anyways, she wants our help getting into the, what was it, the necropolis to get an artifact out. And I'm not sure about the closed fist path.
Don't worry, Sungtao. I'm doing everything I
result,
can to prove
but I
your
know
innocence.
the open palm
Good day, sir.
gives you like a cow bizarre or something like that. But we'll I guess discuss that a little more.
No, I can tell from your attire that you're not from the ministry. Oh, this is terrible. Everyone I send for disappears. There are powers at work here that are beyond my means to control. I am Prefect Jitang. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced appropriately. But there are complications with my current trial. I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling. But one of the high-ranking ministers is trying to get him released, and he wants me to convict another man. The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his innocence. I need you to find proof so I can present it to the Minister of Justice. Really? You will help me? Thank you. Thank you so very much. I need to find proof that Ling is the guilty one, and by so doing, exonerate Song Tao. If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask someone to discover the truth, they disappear or turn up dead. Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows me and my men. He won't talk to us. I've known Scholar Song Tao for several years. His uncle and my father were good friends. I only wish I knew why the governor wants him accused of this crime. If you want to know more about Song Tao, you should speak with him yourself. Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required. I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere, but you could speak to him without raising suspicion. I wish there was something concrete I could tell you. They're like a whisper on the wind or a shifting shadow. You think you see something, and then there's nothing. Whoever is behind the slavers must have a great deal of power. To remain that invisible is a hard thing to do. Good. Look for him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. It's upstairs at the Imperial Arena. Don't scare him away. If we lose him, we lose our last connection to Ling.
a difficult situation to be placed in. I hope we are up for the challenge.
I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm obviously innocent, and yet you still want to risk yourself needlessly. I'm no fool. Those men haven't returned, and I can assure you it isn't because they've decided to take a holiday. Chasing after criminals is dangerous work. Obviously, there are risks involved. Why would you risk yourself when even the local minister seems content with the scholar's arrest? What's to tell? I'm a merchant and quite a good one. My clients are usually very happy with my goods. You likely haven't heard of me simply because I have a very elite clientele. The average person on the street cannot afford the items I sell. Other than my occupation, I suspect we are very much the same, you and I. Though I happen to be a little more restricted than you at the moment. Doing? I wasn't doing anything more than I usually do in a day's work. I was selling my wares to a few of my preferred clients. Prefect Jitong was one of them. The next thing I know, guards confiscate my goods and tell me I'm suspected of slave trading. It was likely the most ludicrous thing I've ever been told. Of course, the prefect claims that some of my items belong to his missing men, but that doesn't mean I took the items from their lifeless bodies. In a given day, I meet with several buyers and probably twice as many sellers. There are always more sellers than buyers. My job is to determine whether something is worth buying, not whether the seller is worth buying from. If I see a bargain, I don't care who the seller is. Suffice to say, those items could be from any number of sellers. I don't recall who sold them to me, but that certainly doesn't make me guilty of slave trading. I can honestly say I had never met or heard of the man until he was arrested. He's obviously not wealthy enough to be one of my clients. Apparently, he spends a good deal of time with the poorer folk in the city. No doubt that's why he is under suspicion. Doesn't strike you as a bit odd? A scholar with all the benefits that position entails, choosing to spend time with the poor people. It does seem a little suspicious. No more than you've heard for yourself, I'm sure. They are a myth, a rumor, really. Nobody has ever seen them, and nobody has any proof they exist. And yet, there is still a belief that they exist. Madmen terrorizing the poor and abducting the helpless. It all seems very superstitious. Abducting a person isn't like picking someone's pocket, you know. There would be evidence, signs of a struggle. But people will believe what they want to. Of course, do what you need to. If you discover anything, it will only prove my innocence further. Good luck.
So, you think you can free me? Prefect Jitong has sent many good men to their deaths trying to free me. I hope you won't get into similar trouble. Well, that's what Jitong fears. I have no reason to doubt him. Besides, why else would the men not return and their belongings suddenly appear on the market?
Pure coincidence. It's not proof. It's purely circumstantial. Anyone will tell you that.
At any rate, it seems likely that's what has happened to the men. I feel terrible for them, but I have my own problems to deal with, as you can see. I am a scholar, though still a junior scholar by most regards. I assist the philosophers and scholars with their work. It's a good life, though I can't help feeling guilty sometimes. The scholars and philosophers have many privileges, while so many live with so little. I spend my spare time in the poor quarters, helping where I can. If I have any extra money, I use it to help the people there. It's not much, but I like to think it helps. I don't know. I was just down in the poor quarters helping a family with some repairs on their hut. I was leaving their house when the guards came for me. They told me I was suspected of abducting people from the poor quarters. I told them it was ridiculous, that I only wanted to help the poor, but they didn't listen. I admit I spend time in the poor quarters, but I don't try to hide it. I'm there several times a week, in fact, usually in plain sight of everyone. Well, nothing really. I'd never heard of him before this. I heard what Jitong said about him, but that's about it. He seems decent enough, I suppose. Nothing. I've heard rumors in the past few months. The residents in the poor areas were getting worried, though I never knew anyone who disappeared. One of the girls I helped out in the poor area said her uncle had disappeared, but I never met him. She was devastated, of course, and she blamed the slavers. But it was all just speculation. No one had ever seen anyone being abducted. There wasn't even evidence of struggles or violence. I don't know what else to tell you. I understand. If there's anything that might help you find the slave traders, I will gladly tell you. Please, don't give up until you've found them.
Okay, so that is the quest I have mentioned about 1 billion times already. And it's basically called the Slaver quest. I forget the characters' names now, and I totally wasn't paying attention again. But, I don't know what he's supposed to be, like oh my gosh. It's almost like a police officer, or like I don't know what to call that guy. Anyways, and I missed his name. But his friend is basically, I mean, from talking to the guy, he like helps out the poor and stuff. And, you know, didn't have anything to do with these people getting basically abducted. And the merchant is kind of more or less in cahoots with the slavers. And, you know, so if it wasn't already painfully obvious, the merchant is guilty, and the other guy, I think he's a scholar. I think it's a scholar. He's obviously completely innocent. Here, I definitely will recommend saving your game before you talk to Zibao here. He's got an intimidation, I believe it's an intimidation check here. And the reason why I go with the intimidation check is so that I don't have to pay him very much money or something like that. I'm a little busy right now. I've got a bowl of wine that needs drinking, so why don't you just find someone else to talk him down to a little bit. Or like threaten him, which means that you don't have to pay him at all, if I remember right. So we'll see how this all plays out.
What slave traders would that be? I've never heard of anybody trading slaves around here. Who? I don't know anybody by that name, and I don't know anything about slave traders. Leave me alone. I have nothing to say to you, so why don't you just keep moving? Yes, that is. More than I'd see in a month. I might be able to take you there. You'll have to pay me now, and I'm not promising you won't get killed once we get there. It's your life, friend. No refunds either. Follow me.
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be extra cautious. Now, there's an unknown quantity in this little meeting. Just who are you? In the slave market, are you? Funny how I find that a bit suspicious, especially given that we've had run-ins with several of Prefect Jitong's investigators. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford anyone nosing into our affairs right now, and you've heard too much. Get him, boys, but don't kill him. We'll get quite a bit of silver for this one.
Alright, so that actually ended up being a charm check, and I didn't even try the top option, which was to just pay him 500 silver, so maybe that one, like, wouldn't have worked, I'm not sure. But, charmed him down to 1,000, and, got down here, and now it's time to just that. So, we will definitely continue this side quest in the following video. But I'm going to cut it here, so like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to do. You guys are helpful. If you like them, you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.
You're going down!
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. Maybe I was hasty in my decision to attack you. I have an eye for raw talent. That helps when picking slaves, but it comes in handy in sizing up potential allies. Who are you, and why are you here? You're clearly too skilled to be one of the fools hired by Prefect Jitong. So what business or grudge do you have with us?